Hey, Jacob.
Hey, Luke.
Wow, it sure is nice here in the area with the hymnals.
Yeah.
Can't wait to crack one open and sing a hymn.
Yeah.
Cut the bit!
Cut the bit.
Jacob, you remember that time that Jesus fashioned a whip?
Yeah, we all remember that time where Jesus.
That's a classic. Let's go to John chapter 2. We're going to start in verse 13. Hope everybody's reading along at home. I'll be in the NIV because that's what we had available.
Not the NASBIB, if you guys were mad at us.
Yeah, not the NASBA.
NASBIB. I said NASBIB. I don't know. Did I say it wrong?
When it was almost time for the Jewish Passover, Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Okay, because that's what you do.
This is the first time.
Yeah. In the temple courts, he found people selling cattle, sheep, and doves, and others sitting at tables exchanging money. That's not good. They're in the court of the Gentiles in here. I don't know if it specifies that, but they're in the outermost part of the temple. All right, here we go. Here's where it gets crazy. So he, meaning Jesus, made a whip of cords and drove all from the temple courts, both sheep and cattle. He scattered the coins of the money changers and overturned their tables. To those who sold doves, he said, "Get these out of here. Stop turning my Father's house into a market." His disciples remembered that it is written, "Zeal for your house will consume me." The Jews responded to him, "What sign can you show us to prove your authority to do all this?" Jesus answered them, this is in verse 19, "Destroy this temple, and I will raise it again in 3 days." They replied, they meaning the Jewish people, they replied, "It has taken 46 years to build this temple, and you are going to raise it in 3 days?" But the temple he had spoken of was his body. Ooh, plot twist.
Ooh.
After he was raised from the dead, his disciples recalled what he had said. They were like, "Oh."
Call back.
And it says, then they believed the scripture and the words that Jesus had spoken.
Now this gives an entire thing, a different meaning to the second time he was there.
He comes back, he's like,
"Not again!"
Again? The second time, though, it doesn't mention that he made the whip.
He was just like, "Guys, you know what's about to happen." He flips the table.
Yeah, maybe we'll go there. That's right here in.
He was like, "Nah, you guys are doing this again."
Yeah.
And it's whip. I just imagine he's like, "I won't fashion the whip this time because you didn't bring the materials to. So I'll just flip a table."
Exactly. I think it's in.
I wonder how aggressively he flipped a table.
Yeah, I do really wonder. I think it's in Mark. Let me see.
That means he had to at least flip a table, and it had to make. He flipped the table, and then maybe he didn't even touch the table. He just didn't even put his hands on it. It just flipped. That would have been a little bit scarier than just flipping a table.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, we're gonna now be in Mark chapter 11, verse 12. All right, here we go. The next day, as they were leaving Bethany, Jesus was hungry. Yeah, it shows he's a man. He's God, but he's also a man. He was hungry.
He needs that Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
But they didn't have.
But he's here we go, verse 13. Seeing in the distance a fig tree, he went to find out if it had any fruit. Right? When he reached it, he found nothing but leaves because it was not the season for figs. That makes sense. Then he said to the tree, "May no one ever eat fruit from you again." And his disciples heard him say it. Here we go. It goes crazy now. Verse 15. On reaching Jerusalem, Jesus entered the temple courts and began driving out those who were buying and selling there. He overturned the tables of the money changers and the benches of those selling doves. He would not allow anyone to carry merchandise through the temple courts. And as he taught them, he said, "Is it not written, 'My house will be called a house of prayer for all nations'? But you have made it into a den of robbers." Then the chief priests and the teachers of the law heard this, and began looking for a way to kill him, for they feared him, because the whole crowd was amazed at his teaching. When evening came, Jesus and his disciples went out of the city.
Kind of sounds how it's described. Sounds like he was just hangry, and he was like, "Okay."
Okay, there was no food.
There's no food here.
Now you guys keep. He
was already on edge,
Remember though, the Bible doesn't say you can't be angry. It just says in your anger, do not sin. All right, that's the moral of the story today. Thank you for tuning in to
Theological Thursdays.
with Luke
and Jacob.
I'd like to say thank you to our Patreon supporters, Sam Shockmayev, Josiah Keller, and JJ Sebastian. If you want to be just like them, head on over to patreon.com/The Conspiracy Consultants, and you can support the show just like they do. See ya!